Hi, this is Sam from Sound on Sound magazine. I'm at the Superbooth show in Berlin, and I'm joined by Eric from Landscape. Hi, Eric. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Thank you.
Good.
Now, at every show like this, you get one or two sort of buzz products that a lot of people seem to be talking about, and this year yours is one of them, which is the Noon drum machine. Now, as I understand it, the unique thing about the Noon drum machine is that it's a passive device.
Yeah. So it's passive, and I like to call it like a drum synth or a drum brain, because like it doesn't have a sequencer because of the passivity, just for confusion's sake. And it generally likes voltage from Eurorack modules because it has a nice like oomph to the power. Also, like the Arturia Beat Step Pro can send a good amount of power, and it's essentially 8 different analog channels. They all have their individual unique circuits for different tonalities, and each is individually powered by its own gate input. There's also a pitch or whatever else CV input that they're passively summed to each channel. The odd channels are summed together, and the even channels are summed together for like movement between voices and more chaos, essentially.
So essentially, it takes the energy from the CV gate pulse and turns that into sound.
Yeah, let me go back, exactly. So every time it's receiving a gate pulse, it's simultaneously controlling and powering. So it depends on like what the shape is. Like you could send it like an envelope, and that would change how it's powered and shaped on the attack or whatever, or the release sometimes, and how long that gate is dynamically affects what the sound will be because of the amount of power. And certain voices, like you're going to be loading like a capacitor longer, and then you hear like the tail end of like that capacitor discharging. And then if you have like another gate that's coming fast, you're interrupting those power cycles. So you're getting even more like instability and more dynamic changes in your pattern.
So it's going to respond to different gate signals in a very organic way, I guess.
Yeah, like the speed of your pattern, the length of your gate, the CV that you choose to send it, it'll just have very, very strange effects. Yeah.
And what sort of drum voices have you got in there?
So we have, they all have names. They all have very nerdy names that you can find on the website, but there's one, I'll show you later actually what they sound like, but there's sort of a kick drum, and there's sort of like a rim shot, and sort of a tom, and there are things and sort of cymbals, but they can be many things because there's so much instability there, and there's so many pockets of sound that you can search for and find with just 2 sliders. So there's like a mode button per channel that changes the tonality of the instrument, and then there's like pitch 1 and pitch 2 sliders, but they sort of depend on each other's position, and so it's kind of about searching. And so one of the pitch sliders will sometimes behave as pitch simultaneous to decay, and other channels don't have decay, and they're just based on gate length. And other channels are, like the last 2 channels can get sort of vocal-esque quality and sound incredibly broken, and have like a really heavy, rich bass sound, and kind of growly.
Wow, well I'm really looking forward to hearing this in action, but before we do that, can I ask you when this will be available?
Yeah, so the first 2 pre-order groups are sold out, but the 3rd pre-order group will open up probably like midsummer, and at that point we'll also hopefully, depending on like how many issues there are with manufacturing, we'll start shipping to different dealers around the world and stuff.
And do you have a retail price in mind?
Yeah, it's $680 US.
Wow, well this is totally unique, and I can't wait to hear it. So thanks, Eric. Take it away.
Thank you.